After the release of the new Cannondale Matera, I went for a ride and had a sit down with former downhill World Cup champion Josh Bryceland on his thoughts on e-mountain bikes. So, what did Josh reckon? Josh, it's been too long, 3 years since you retired from World Cup downhill. But now I see you ride all kinds of bikes. You ride enduro bikes, trail bikes, BMX bikes, but generally single crown, right?
Yeah, mostly. I would say that is a theme. Single crown or rigid on my BMX, but yeah.
What about e-bikes? Is that going to be on your agenda soon?
Yeah, we're getting some this year. This one isn't mine to keep. I just rode it for the shoot, but I'm very excited to get one for home.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Why are you excited about it?
Just like literally we've had 2 or 3 days on them. Yeah. That is all I've done on them, and I've had a big smile on my face the whole time. Filming with them was well easier. You've got an absolutely piss easy job, haven't you, mate? Just getting dragged up by them electric things and trundling down.
But surely that then opens up loads of other possibilities, especially in the Alps and stuff, where you can just go wandering off and ride stuff which you can't do where places are not any access by chairlift.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said before, scoping missions at home, like a lot of the projects we do now, we're trying to build stuff, funky features, or, you know, take our BMX inspiration and build something in the woods, and looking for spots, it takes days and days and days, so getting on one of them and just zipping about, it'll speed the job up a lot.
Ideal tool for the job then.
Yeah.
How are you getting on with the wheel size? Now this is 29-inch wheels, because you were the last guy to win a World Cup on 26-inch wheels, right?
Yeah, that's correct. It was a long time ago, though, 5 years.
Yeah.
And been riding a lot of 29ers since then, so I'm pretty well adjusted to the wheel size, and
right.
I love it, to be fair.
All right, enough of the chit-chat, let's go ride some trails.
You!
Hey, so are you likely then to become the next in line? If you look at former World Cup champions, Nico Vulios, or world champions Fabian Burrell, are you likely to become the next e-mountain bike ambassador then?
Not in the too soon future. I think I'll try and make the most out of normal mountain bikes for as long as I can. First year starting with Cannondale Waves team, so I want to just go as well as I can with that, really, and see the boys on my way. But yeah, you never know what the future holds here, and it's definitely a fantastic way to still enjoy mountain bikes.
So what about the boys then? What's their reaction to you riding an e-mountain bike?
Oh, well, we all got told at the same time we'd be getting one, and we're all absolutely buzzing for it. So, yeah, I think without doing so many races in our calendar, I'm definitely not as fit as I was the last couple of years when I've been racing, so I think it'll be mint to have one.
Hey, so you mentioned yesterday when we were riding these bikes in the hills, you mentioned a dilemma.
So, to be honest, Joan, a little bit of a moral dilemma for myself before having...
Another one.
Another one. Personally, was like, what age is acceptable to go onto an e-bike?
Ooh, crikey. Maybe when you're bored of sitting in smelly vans and hanging about on chairlifts, just wander around in thunderstorms. I don't know. Do you need to worry about that? I see all these people agonising about it. What do you think? I mean, you ride everything. You ride BMX, you ride enduro bikes, you ride motorbikes, you ride downhill bikes, you ride everything.
I do, but I'm also fortunate enough to get a lot of my bikes free of charge, which cuts out a huge expense. Now, if I was going to be buying one bike for 4 or 5 grand, whatever it is.
Yeah, and the Matera does come in at about 5 grand, remember?
So I think I'd have to wait till we're a bit older.
But you know what? Me and Josh, the other Josh, we've been in the Forest of Dean, and we see 17, 18-year-olds buying like last year's e-mountain bikes and just going shredding the trails. practicing their jumps, because you can go back up and down the hill and practice jumps way more than when you're pushing the bike up and down the hill, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you've got new motors coming out which are actually cheaper. These bikes will become more affordable, right, in the future.
Oh, without a doubt. It's still young though, isn't it? In any, as much as like it happened with the KTM e-bike, it's like so expensive. I mean, not because it's all new. I think waiting is good because then you're going to get more money in the long run if you do wait.
But in the future, then, when the prices are maybe down to £2,000-3,000, do you reckon 15 to 20-year-olds are going to be buying e-mountain bikes? What would you do when you were 15 to 18? Which is a long time ago now, I know.
It is a really long time ago, and I think if you're a keen racer, it is a great training tool.
Yeah.
It is a great training tool, without a doubt, especially if you've got one with triple clamps, because then it's super comparable, and if you can get one of them things moving, getting on a downhill bike will then feel light, I guess, and more nimble.
Nope. Exactly,
Yeah, as a racer's training tool, it seems a no-brainer, but I think like the sort of riding we're trying to do more of is just like the playful, fun stuff, and tried doing a few tree rides and things. And the weight was definitely difficult to throw around.
Yeah, but Bryceland, you were riding a 180mm travel downhill bike yesterday when you were trying to ride up trees. That's the normal thing you do on a BMX. But you were getting...
Yeah, but I like to do that sort of thing on any bike, you know what I mean? It was just messing about.
But you had no problem getting over that log yesterday, did you?
No. Well, that was the thing in some places. That wall ride on the bench, on the back of a bench, had an uphill run up.
Yeah.
And I'd have probably struggled for speed on a normal bike, and Matt was just assisting me all the way to it. I even had to like crank a bit as I hopped to get the boost up.
Yeah,
so it worked there in that situation, but yeah.
And it's quite funny, when you slow-mo the bit down when you were going onto that log, I didn't realise you actually bouncing the back wheel off the ground before you get onto the log. It's bananas.
Just using the front and hopping to back.
So there you go, e-mountain bike tips from Josh Bryceland. Wise words then from Josh Bryceland. If you want more detail on the Cannondale Matera, check out the video which we've done and let us know your thoughts on it. In the meantime, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to EMBN.